What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing my 2021 NFL mock draft 1.0. I'm probably going to do about 3 or 4 of these, but this is the first one. Thought I'd do one in between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl. So let's get right into it. All right, guys. So with the first pick in the draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars, of course, I don't think this is a surprise. They're going to take Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. With the second pick in the draft, I think that the New York Jets will take Justin Fields, the quarterback out of Ohio State. This will be a very good pick for the Jets, of course. They need a quarterback. Of course, Sam Darnold, I don't think, is really going to do it for them, so I think they're going to take Fields. With the third pick in the NFL draft, I think that the Miami Dolphins will select Devonta Smith, the wide receiver out of Alabama, the Heisman Trophy winner. And they're going to provide Tua Tagovailoa some weapons, and maybe even Deshaun Watson with all the rumblings going around the league. At number 4, I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to take Zach Wilson, the quarterback out of BYU. A lot of people think maybe he'll go second, but I think Justin Fields is an overall better player. Matt Ryan's in his upper years. Maybe Matt Ryan will play out another year for them, but I think they're going to take Zach Wilson as their franchise quarterback. And number 5, the Cincinnati Bengals will take Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle from Oregon. They did say that they wanted to get Joe Burrow some protection in this offseason. That is their number one priority, and I don't think they're going to pass up on a guy like Penei Sewell. At number 6, my enemy, Philadelphia Eagles, will take Ja'Marr Chase, their wide receiver out of LSU. He's obviously arguably the number one receiver in the draft, but of course he didn't play this year because of the opt-out, and I think Philadelphia is going to get a really good receiver in Ja'Marr Chase. And number 7, the Detroit Lions are going to go Trey Lance, the quarterback out of North Dakota State. Of course, Matthew Stafford definitely won't be back there next season, so Trey Lance will be the new starter over in Detroit. And number 8, the Carolina Panthers will take Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of Penn State, with the 8th pick overall. He's a very good player, and they're going to get a playmaker on that defense. At number 9, the Denver Broncos will take Patrick Surtain II, the cornerback out of Alabama. He's arguably the number one corner in the draft. He's obviously a dynamic player on Alabama, the best team in college this year. And number 10, the Dallas Cowboys will take Caleb Farley, the cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Him and Surtain are, you can make an argument for either one of being the top corner in the draft, but overall Farley's a great corner, and Dallas will take him at 10. At number 11, my New York Giants will take Jalen Waddle, the wide receiver out of Alabama. Very, very good player. He missed a lot of this, the ending of the season due to the injury, and then he came back for the conference championship game, or the college championship game. He's a dynamic receiver, and the Giants will love him at 11. At number 12, the San Francisco 49ers will take Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle out of Northwestern. They're going to try and bolster that offensive line, and who knows who will be their quarterback heading into the new season, but they'll take a tackle. And number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers will take Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. They'll give Justin Herbert some protection, and I think this is a good pick. At 14, the Minnesota Vikings will also take an offensive tackle out of Texas. That is Samuel Cosmi. They're going to try and give Kirk Cousins an offensive line. Who knows how long he'll be there for, but they'll take a tackle, so 3 tackles in a row. At 15, the New England Patriots will take Kyle Pitts, the tight end out of Florida. This guy is so dynamic. He could play. He's really a receiver, too. I mean, this guy's so dynamic, and it's a steal for the Patriots at 15. At 16, I think the Arizona Cardinals take Alabama's running back Najee Harris. They have some pretty good running backs, but they also obviously want a new running back, and I think this will be a very, very good addition to that good run game. At 17, the Las Vegas Raiders will take the first edge out of the draft, out of Michigan. They're going to take Kwity Paye, very good, dynamic player off the edge, and I think it'll be a good selection for the Vegas Raiders. At number 18, their second pick in the first round, the Miami Dolphins would take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker out of Notre Dame. Obviously, they take Devonta Smith, the receiver, first, then they take the linebacker, Owusu Koromoa. They're going to have a very good draft. They have a lot of picks, so bright future for Miami. And number 19, I think the Washington football team takes Mac Jones, the quarterback out of Alabama. Of course, this is assuming they don't trade for a quarterback, but this could very well change in my next mocks. But I think they're going to take the Alabama quarterback at number 19. And number 20, the Chicago Bears will take Elijah Vera Tucker, the interior offensive lineman from USC. Obviously, a very, very good dynamic player, and I think he'll do well in Chicago as they try and get that offensive line some help. And number 21, the Indianapolis Colts will take Jace Horn, the cornerback out of South Carolina. Horn, obviously, the third corner coming off my draft board at number 21. So obviously, they're going to get a pretty good player in Jace Horn. At 22, the Tennessee Titans will take Joseph Osei, the edge out of Texas. Very dynamic player off the edge, of course, and I think he'll be a good fit in Tennessee. At number 23, the New York Jets will take Rashad Bateman, the wide receiver out of Minnesota. They obviously are going to take Justin Fields second overall, according to my mock, and then they'll give him some help and give him a nice little weapon there in Rashad Bateman. And number 24 overall, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will take Travis Etienne, the running back out of Clemson. They need some big-time run game help. That was the reason they couldn't do much in the playoffs. So I think they take Etienne. Trevor Lawrence is running back in college, and they utilize him very well. At number 25, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars take Gregory Rousseau, the edge out of Miami. First they take Lawrence, then they take Rousseau. That could be a very good offensive pick and a defensive pick. So bright future there in Jacksonville. At 26, the Cleveland Browns will take Zaven Collins, the linebacker out of Tulsa. They need some help at that linebacker position. They have a couple of veterans there right now, but they're trying to build up, of course, for that future. The Baltimore Ravens at number 27 will take Terrace Marshall Jr., the wide receiver out of LSU. They got to give Lamar Jackson some weapons, some help. Of course, their wide receiver core is not very good outside of Marquise Hollywood Brown. They really don't have a legitimate number 2 receiver. At number 28, the New Orleans Saints will take the linebacker out of Missouri, Nick Bolton. That is their number 2 need. And I think that he'll fit their needs really nicely and fit in there in New Orleans. At number 29, the Green Bay Packers will take offensive tackle Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan. Of course, assuming Aaron Rodgers is still in Green Bay, they're going to try and give him some help at that offensive tackle position. Of course, he got killed in the championship game, so they're going to try and bolster that offensive line. At number 30, I'm going to say that the Buffalo Bills take Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama, so back-to-back tackles go in the draft. Obviously, Buffalo trying to protect Josh Allen. I think this is a great pick for them. At number 31, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take Azeez Ojulari, the edge out of Georgia. Obviously, a very, very good player. And I could see him going way ahead, but I could also see him going into the second round. But I think that Tampa will pick him up at 31. And finally, guys, at number 32, the Kansas City Chiefs will take Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver out of Florida. They're giving Patrick Mahomes another weapon with the last pick in the first round. That wraps up my mock draft, guys. Let me know how you think I did. Let me know what you think you would change. And, of course, please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.